So eHarmony wrote an article about why women prefer tall men and all that really offensive stuff that eHarmony writes about relationships. What was more offensive than the article itself were the Facebook comments about it. That basically said, oh, well, I'm a girl and I prefer tall guys. And the reasons were really fucked up. Like, I just don't understand them. I don't understand how women can be so sexist against themselves. Like, let's look at one of the themes that I'm talking about. Okay, one of them that kept coming up is I can't be with a guy who isn't at least X inches taller than me, because then I'm with him and I'm in heels and it's awkward because I'm taller than him. I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't know if I should start first with why do you care what other people think, or if I should start with why the fuck do you need to wear heels? Why do you need to wear heels all the time? I mean, it's just basically a torture device designed to make your ass look better. I don't understand this. These are women defending their right to not be equal. They like to, I guess, to each his own, but why? Another reason was, I want someone to look up to. I don't want to look down. What the fuck does height have to do, first of all, with knowing better? What the fuck? I mean, so if you're short, you're just supposed to go through life and no one ever looks up to you and no one, thinks that what you say is worth listening to because you're short. What the fuck is that bullshit? Fuck me, man. They want to feel protected and they want to feel like they're feminine. They want to feel like little girls. To which I respond, you're a little girl, but you're fucking a guy. Is this some weird, fetish or something? I don't understand. Why do you want that? And what does height have to do with being protected anyway? Second of all. And then there's the more valid point. Why the fuck do you need to be protected by some guy? I mean, we're not really in the medieval ages, or we're not barbarians. We're not, in the environment that we were adapted for. We have things called laws and things called society. We have government, we have laws, we have an actual society where things are handled in a less barbaric way. Need I say more? But what the fuck does this have to do with women's rights? You need a man to protect you? Who the hell still thinks that? You need a guy who's 6'4" because he's supposed to protect you more? What if he ends up abusing you and then he's just abusing you more? Men aren't necessarily good because they're tall. Especially if you're just looking for a guy based on height and not assessing things like personality and if you have anything in common and if he cares about you. You're just looking for height and you deny guys who don't meet your height criteria because of their height. What the fuck is that bullshit? I mean, it's the same way that women are judged for their bodies or their breast size or whatever, how skinny they are. How is that different? And I mean, it's even worse because they can't choose how tall they are. That's bullshit. I mean, sure, they can pretend for a little while and they can wear elevator shoes but that's stupid. I mean, you're gonna find out sooner or later and you can get surgery to make yourself taller, but it's really painful and the recovery is long and you can risk losing your legs to infection. That doesn't fucking make sense. I mean, how is this not discriminating against someone because of the way they, I don't understand, like what the, I can understand different viewpoints and how not everyone's a feminist like I am, but like the reasons are really ridiculous for only preferring tall guys. I mean, even if they're short, I mean, granted, I'm only 5'3", I'm short, but I don't like put a huge gap limit on what kind of guy I would consider. Like what the fuck? I mean, that's one of the last things I would consider. I used to have like an online dating account. When I was going through like people, height and income were the two things I've seldom ever looked at. But that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy for, you know, looking for a man with qualities that are actually relevant in today's world, and that maybe he doesn't have to go, you know, kill a mountain lion for me and has to be big and strong to do that. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. And another reason that it was, you know, another reason they gave is that, oh, men are just biologically taller than women. It makes sense that you'd want a boyfriend who looks taller. But that doesn't make sense because more, you know, more short guys are single than short women. Like, it's stigmatized to be short if you're a guy. And then you have just a bunch of single women running around because they don't want to date short guys. Like you're 5'1" and you won't consider someone who's 5'4" or even like 5'6". We have bitches who are like, yeah, if he's under 5'8", then he's too short. Like that's the average. Like 5'7" to like 5'9" is like, it's the average probably in the US. I'm not sure the exact number, but who the fuck cares? I mean, you're looking at average and you're saying, that's too short for me. And then almost across the board with shallow bitches are saying like, that's too short for me. I need like a second father to look after me. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't understand. Like, if you're a man, if you're a fully grown man and like muscular or whatever, and you're short, are you just not a man now because of height? I don't understand that. I mean, this particularly pisses me off because this is sexist towards women. And you'd think it would be men who are doing it, but it's women. It's women who are saying like, oh, I don't want power in the relationship. I just want to be a little girl again and have him take care of me. That's what you're saying when you put like height implications. And what the fuck? I don't know, man. I just, fuck. And you know, it's not eHarmony's fault for posting that, you know, article either, because they're just trying to give solace to the whole bunch of short guys who happen to be honest on their profiles, and now they're paying for it because women just have to look at it like, oh, whoa, he's a nice guy, but he's too short. He can't really like take care of me. Like, besides being absolutely shallow, I mean, height is so trivial. It's like, it's less important than attractiveness, I think. Like, why should we care? And yet so many people do. Especially for a long-term partner, which is what eHarmony is for. Like a long-term partner who matches you based on compatibilities, they say. But you're looking for height as like a main quality and a deal breaker? A fucking deal breaker. I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, maybe I'm just crazy, like, oh, why don't you just get with the game, and men are supposed to be dominant and bigger than you, and they have to be like really tall and buff and bigger than you to be a man. There's no other way to be a man in the world. You have to be really tall, and you have to be a CEO, and you have to like abuse women. Like, you're not a man unless you're like that. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I don't have a problem in particular against tall guys. I mean, I don't prefer them when I have to like look up like this. Like to me that's a little weird. Like, really big height difference, like a bar graph, but you only have two values. Like that turns me off a bit. But if I were to find a really nice guy who happened to be really tall, would I fucking complain? Not really, per se. Like height? Are you serious? Like it's the same thing with like the breast obsession. Like, you have to have really big breasts, and you have to get breast implants, and you have to be this and that, and the standards for women. Like, it's not, no, granted, that's really important, but it's not just for women. Like this is happening for men, and nobody like seems to give a shit about it except other men who are short. How the fuck is that fair? I don't understand. Can someone tell me? Oh, you don't understand because you're just a crazy feminist. Okay, I'm a crazy feminist, but whatever. But I just don't understand how, like, women would not want to have power. Like, you don't want to control your life and be in a healthy relationship with someone 50-50. Like, you don't want to be in a democratic relationship. You want, I don't even know, like, do you even know what you want? Honestly, do you know what you want? Because it seems like you don't when you put height above everything else. It seems like you really don't know what you want. So, if you're one of them, I guess, like, I don't know, I guess this isn't helping, but I just don't understand. Like, explain it to me. Maybe I'm a little biased because I happen to like Mexicans and Italians, and I'm sorry, but under the Tuscan sun with all those, you know, hot Italian guys, they're all really tall. That's not realistic at all. I'm sorry. Italians are smaller. Really nice people, but still. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't understand how you could, if you could think that height requirements for men, for you to even consider them. You know, don't get me wrong, if you consider them and something else doesn't work out, I understand that. Like, you don't have to do that. And everyone can have their preferences and blah, blah, blah. But if you don't, like, even consider them when you have the opportunity, and you just, like, deny them just because of height. Like, let's think of a situation. Let's think of a motherfucking situation where you would have to be really tall in order for things to work out. Like reaching something on the shelf. And that's about fucking it. That's the only real, you know, completely, like, across the line reasonable reason for wanting to be around a tall person is, hey, can you reach that glass way up there? That's the only fucking reason. It doesn't have to be like, oh, it's biological. We can't help but want tall men. And it's like, well, fuck. I mean, yeah, I recognize that it's a masculine quality. Yeah, I recognize that men are bigger than women on average and taller than women. But, and I mean, like, maybe if you were to pick a guy in a lineup and the taller one, and they're all attractive, they're all equally attractive, and they're short guys and tall guys, you probably pick the taller one. But when you put in, like, different variables like personality and intelligence and attractiveness and who's interested and who's actually committed, like, why the fuck do you need to, you know, keep that? I mean, it's just like, base attraction, that you just happen to be really attracted to that kind of guy or whatever. But why is it only that? How is it premeditated? How is it not just, you just, have this unconscious bias for taller men, but then you talk to them and then you change your mind, or maybe you don't on chance. But this is like people actually talking about defending the fact that it's okay to just deny short men, and I mean, like, not give them a chance because they're short. Like, this is a problem. I didn't know this was still a problem, but it is, I guess. It's always been a problem. Like, leave a comment. I don't know. Like, leave an angry comment about how I'm crazy and a feminist and single and how I don't really know what I'm talking about. Fine. But I just don't understand this.